Who's first today? Who's going to be number one today? Well, we got up to 101 temperature today with heat index, 98 mean temperature, 101 heat index. Hi, Rascalette. Planet G is first. That's awesome. Hello, Sheepish, number second. Bree is number three. Look at that. Three awesome ladies. 3 in a row. Oh, yes, it's ladies' night. Da, 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 da. Oh, what a night. Hi, Stacy. I lifted phone as music blasting. Have a little party over there, G? Stacy, how are you? How's Bree doing? How's Sheepish? Oh, that's awesome, Bree. Is it cool where you're at? On the deck. Sometimes you just gotta have fun. Coming off in 1 minute. Hi, Thomas. Hey, Mike, I hope you're doing well. I'm a bit upset my favorite sports commentator's under fire. Stephen A. Smith, what for? Hi, Beth. How are you? Cutie pie, that's sweet. Thank you. Coolness is good, Sheepish. Corned beef hash, jasmine rice, peas and carrots. It is mine, too. I love the little hearts in the eyes. They're so cute. Planet G, you're awesome. He's being accused of saying mean things, to put it lightly, about black women. Has he said anything? Are they referring to the ones beating up on the white basketball player? Hi, Mrs. T. My Monday was good. It went fast today. I don't know what it is. Mondays are weird. They go fast. I was busy today, though. That helps. Cheese on toast. Wow. Yes, Oliver, it's good stuff. I'm doing all right, thank you. Hey, wait a minute, I got a question. No, Max. Did he cross the line? Okay, fair enough. Thank you, Max. Josh, you see, Max, tell me again, our society does not have to walk on eggshells around certain people. There's more proof forthcoming. Yeah, well, You notice when things are quiet in this country, somewhere somebody has to start beating the racist drum. You notice that? Oh, yes, Beth. She lives in Ireland and her Irish eyes are smiling. It has gone mad. Planet G has an accent. There are times when I have to tell her to slow down because I can't understand. Her accent is unique. It's awesome. That sounds good, Max. I didn't see it because I was at work. Sad about Bonnie Tyler. Sad. We danced to her music in high school. Oh, does she? And Taz has got a beautiful voice. She's got that lilting voice. She could read kids' stories and adult stories with. She just captivated. Total eclipse of the heart. Well, it was funny. Before she died, I felt moved to pray that she would trust Christ as Savior. I hope she did. I hope she did. You moved up to Pennsylvania. Uh-oh. Pennsylvania. Let me get some more grub. Gotta get some more grub. Total Eclipse of the Heart was one of her best. Yeah, who is Hayden Panettiere? I saw that. Who is she? I'm not even familiar with her. And 36. What did she... I'm sorry, Elizabeth. What took her? I Fallen Angel. Yeah, I'm not familiar with her, Bree. What caused her demise? Oh, Oh, that's too bad. Too young for that. Too young. That's too bad. It is 101 degrees today. 98 on the mean temperature, 101 on the heat index. Wow, Mrs. T. Douglas, it went all right. Work went good today. Tell you, I sweat. But I survived. Fallen Angel, I'm glad you're doing all right. How are you feeling? And I have been praying for you. So that's what Satan wants. He wants to get even with God by taking as many people so they don't think about Christ, so they don't get saved. Sad. Hi, Britte. Fallen, we love you. I want to give you all a heads up. A woman by the name of Trista from Michigan may join us sometime. She is a woman that I met through all this drama with Angel. And she was friends with her, and she called her out the other day. And she left a comment to my comment on her channel saying she wanted to talk to me one day, but she really liked to be part of our community. And I said, you are more than welcome here. From what I've seen already, and Danola's interacted in the comments, I think that she is fine. So if and when she comes in, let's give her a hearty welcome. And let's show these other people what real community is, because we have it. We have it. Hey, Danola, yeah, she don't beat around the bush. She did not beat around the bush. Thank you. What's that, Tina? And how are you, Tina Jones? That's good. And Danola, I want to say it again. I'm not trying to be a simp, but I will not tolerate people jumping on my moderators the way you were. I do not accept that. You did nothing wrong. You said the truth in a comment. You had every right to say it. David, Judy Dench? No, not familiar. Hi, Miss Vicky. How are you? Shoot, I wish. Sheepish. I'm not keeping it if it's worth that much. I'm going to tell you that right now. Yeah, Bree, I don't tolerate that. That's not my fault, Danola, but it is not. It's not okay. Hi, Jessica. How are you? Hello, Miss Vicky again. You know, I'm going to defend this community. And you moderators have been awesome. I want to tell you all again, I appreciate the fact. I'm all right, Jessica, that you guys don't put up with all that troll crap. It's ridiculous. I'm tired of all that stuff. I'm having a tough one, but I have no regrets. We have something here. People can make fun of my dress and this and that all day long. But we got something real here. Most of us are Christians. Most of us are conservatives. Most of us are tired of what is going on in the world. We're not just a bunch of old fuddy-duddies without a purpose. We have something. I don't know, Survival, what's going on? You want to tell us what's going on with you? You walk into a room saying, what the hell is going on? Is that your normal greeting? Yeah, absolutely. Well, when these trolls make puppet accounts constantly. Your friend is on front. She's coming to LA, huh? Fair enough, Evie. Sorry, we're a little battle hardened here. We're just checking you out. Absolutely, Bree. Well, thank you, Tina. Yeah, I wish it was worth $41 million. You know what Daffy Duck sounds like? I'd be going, I'd be bouncing around and I'd be like, I'd literally tell them, you're going to transfer that straight to my bank. I'm not walking out of here with that in my hand. I'm going to tell you something right now. I wouldn't tell a damn person. I would not tell a person if I had that kind of money. I would be stressed for a minute. I'd go to Washington to see my uncle, my cousin. I'd go get my stuff out of there. I'd get me the pickup truck I always wanted. I'd find that one spot in the U.S. that I really want to live. And then I'd go start visiting y'all. Well, welcome, Nate. Glad you could make it. Bushwatchers laughing out loud. 488 Ami, I don't know who you are. Was it? You think it was exactly the same? Do I need to get it to see? Come visit us in PA. That's right. Dude, I could not, I'd be beside myself at $41 million. And yes, I'd tithe on it. Even though I've grumbled about my church, I would call my pastor and his wife over to the house here and have a little chat with them and say, well, you cannot say a word, but we need to talk. I am leaving, but I want to tithe, and I want to give that to God, and I want to give it to missions, and you and I need to sit down and talk about how we're going to do this. 36 is way too young. Samuel! All right, Samuel, you know what we do on people's birthday, right? Well, thank you for that, Tina. I'll get it. Remind me to get it in a minute. Oh, that's not good. Airport near misses. All right, Samuel, 41. A one, a two, a 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Samuel. Happy birthday to you and many more. I hope you have a good one. Celebrate your day. Eat that steak and lobster and live it up, baby. I mean, brother. Live it up. We like to sing for birthdays. I hope I didn't embarrass you too much. You're welcome. Where are you from, Samuel? What state? 41. Hi, Jim. Hey, Jim. How much did they want for that vase that you sent me the picture of? I don't know if you saw my comment. How much do they want for that thing? How do you get kicked out of here, Bree? People say that. How do they get kicked out of chat? Birmingham, UK. Okay, right on. Now, that's right. It's already your late evening. Did you have a good dinner? Did you go out? Hello, greatest. How are you? That's not good. That's not good, Fallen. The internet got you. Bree, send the storms to us. Tomorrow I'm going to find out how much the tree removal came up. Supposed to meet a guy at my lunch and get a quote on that tree on the side of the driveway. If it isn't too outrageous, I'm going to have him chop it down. Too many branches coming off, squirrels living in there, and if we have another Helene, it's going to snap the wire right to my house. I don't want to deal with that no more. Bree, are you in Tennessee too? No, wait, Bree's in Pennsylvania. Danola. Danola, you got weather there or is it hot? It's 101 heat index right here. $7? That's $7 ain't bad. That looks like real gold leaf on the edges of that, Jim. Nate, I don't have a bucket truck. If I had a bucket truck, I'd do it myself. Gonna be a big investigation into that. Yeah, I'll bet. It's muggy, but it's raining. I'll be right back. I'm gonna wash the dishes. Don't touch that dial, folks. Station right storage. I wash my dishes with Ajax. Index degrees. That's right. If you want squeaky clean dishes, use Ajax. Nothing else does that. Golden bananas. Gold bananas are the best bananas. They always make the style. But remember, if it says gold, well, you got yourself a good banana. It's shaking, man. Get all hell. Oh my gosh, those old commercials. Place Okogie, the San Francisco Street. Florida orange juice. Go with the best. If it doesn't say Florida, it ain't no juice. Are you tired of scrubbing pots and pans endlessly and furiously? You can't get that stuff off? Try our new non-stick pan. Guaranteed for life or your money back. We'll go out of business in 20 years to fill that up here. Oh my gosh. I remember those commercials that all those companies went out of business. Harder all. Oh, is that funny? Here's my spout. When I get all steamed up, then I shout, tip me over and pour me out. All right, back. Who's leaving? Are you leaving, Danola? Thank you for coming in. Oh, you going to the store? All right, see you. No, I don't want to do that. It's a tall one, man. And I don't have a chainsaw. Oh, Samuel, I'm sorry. I'm glad you had a good day with him, but wow. That's the thing that sucks about getting old is there's so many things that hit us. So many. I want to open up a discussion and be respectful as we can. I'm not fond of the person. I think Biden releasing a dangerous Russian in trade for this woman was foolishness. But I saw a short when I got home this evening, and then I saw one yesterday. Hey, Ever. There's what looks like a black guy walking around that looks like Griner, and they're saying that Griner's not really a girl because she's tall, has a deep voice. Well, greatest, I hope they straighten that out. Sucks when you got to go through all that up and down. I don't think Brittany Griner's a guy. And I would caution everybody on here, it's okay not to like somebody for their ridiculous behavior, views, whatever, but people think that Michelle Obama's a man. We need to be careful about that. We got to be very careful about that. I don't think Brittany Griner could go in the girls' locker room and they're all going to be silent about that. Nate, it was busy and I did good. Mondays go by fast. It's the rest of the week that drags. Yeah, she said it. I wanted people's opinion. All of you. I mean, nobody's going to be crucified here. You think Brittany Griner is legitimately a one? Do you think she's a guy? I just don't think she could get. I don't think she could get away with that. Yeah, I don't think they'd cover for him if it was a him. And somebody said, just ask Russia, they would know. I'm pretty sure Russia would have came forward and said something. Because they have to, when they take somebody in, I'm sure they do cavity search and all that. Because she did have drugs on her. Yeah, Ever, it is becoming a problem. It is. They're saying because Brittany Griner's androgynous. Look, I worked with a woman. She didn't even last a full week. She looked like Brittany Griner. I had to train her last fall. I said, did anybody tell you look like Brittany? She goes, oh my gosh, they tell me that all the time. Flat-chested. She's a black woman. You know, people are just shaped different, man. Russia wouldn't have been silent. They would have taken every opportunity to make fun of that because Russia doesn't go for that stuff. They're not going for the gay agenda and the trans agenda over there. They absolutely are not. Neither is China. America better wake up. Their militaries aren't focused on gender BS. They're focused on how to deal with an enemy. How did you get kicked out, G? I don't understand how that happens. Absolutely greatest. I agree, Nate. Now, Russia wouldn't have been silent about that. Planet G, no more glitching, all right? Well, she wanted to sit on her butt by the time clock. 10 minutes of quit time with the boss or the supervisor, the owner. That's not good. So is NAB, what is that? Is that girls basketball? Oh, it's Black Journalists. Okay, I'm not familiar with that. That's crazy. You know, we all know there's women that can look more masculine. Men can look more feminine. That's a fact. It's the one who met her now husband through me online. Really fallen. Does she live in the States or does she live over there in Australia? Yeah, Miss Vicky, that didn't set well. My supervisor said, you're done. Well, greatest, I agree, but when you have people saying things, doing things, it's tough. is tough. Really, Fortnite? Ha! Hello, Molly. How are you? Australia got it. Kelly's up in Darwin. Where is Darwin in location to you, Fallen? Gee! Those with more melons tend to think they're more entitled. Nate, yeah, there is some of that. Absolutely. Samuel, wouldn't that be nice? Imagine if somebody found the cure for cancer. That would be like somebody just discovering he had $100 million that was living in a bad neighborhood and found it in his yard. He couldn't tell anybody. If somebody found the cure for cancer and the pharmaceuticals got a hold of that, there'd be a bounty on his life. There'd be a bounty on his life. Hi, Debbie. Miss Vicky. I love the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's beautiful up there. Hey, speaking Spanish up, Planet, calling me Miguel. That's cute. 6,000 miles away? What is the length of Australia? Yep, I agree. UP is Michigan's God's country, absolutely. That would be cool. I don't know how to do that. Nate, that's a good idea. I saw this today. I really hope that's true. I hope they get rid of her. She is just off the chain. I knew Australia's big. I didn't realize it was that big. I did not realize it was that big. Mrs. T, I agree. Hi, Erica. Oh, Nate, you don't have to do that. I'd have to get a bulletin board, but it would be fun. Let me show you something today. We got a new picture for trolls. I won't leave it up long because it's hard to see the chat, but that's the official troll symbol. Absolutely. Planet G, you like that? You like that, Planet G? Rascal. A bum in a top hat. Oh boy. Mike is a rascal. 6th largest country in the world. I didn't realize that, Fallen. Well, yeah, I sent it to you about that Charles. What a buffoon. Charles claims that Muslim has done more for Europe than Christianity ever did. Excuse me? You're wrong. How are you, Boston? Oh, you can do that, Boston. I think it's funny. Fallen. Here, let's roll that beautiful bean footage one more time. Everybody take your screenshot. That is my favorite internet meme of all time. Screenshot it, folks. That's a hard one to find. That's funny. Erica, isn't that classic? It's an ass hat, yes. Samuel, the pharmaceuticals are corrupt in many ways. There's no doubt about it. It could be both of them, Nate. I'm in tears. I showed it to two guys at work. The one guy didn't get it. My coworker lost it. He said, that's funny. Yes, Erica, they breed like rabbits. Bumba Clark, Planet G, you're so funny, the words you come up with. I might use that as my profile picture. They might kick you out of rooms then. They go, what kind of a picture's that? Hey, I just hate it. Hey, Mr. E-Rock. We got a new picture for the trolls, buddy. There you go. That's the universal troll pic. Take a screenshot of that there, Mr. E-Rock. Show that to your wife. Show that beautiful bean footage. That's funny. Jack Arsclaw. That's funny. I did corned beef with jasmine rice, peas, and carrots. It was good. Wow, Fallen, I keep forgetting you're in your winter. I'll send you my summer. You can have it. It does have a pimple, Erica. You notice that? Dollar signs for S's so we don't get in trouble now, people. I used to say to the kids, man, I don't know how many times I'm going to tell you, but sit down on your butt cheeks and quit standing up. Absolutely, Jim. 100%. Hello, Woods. How are you? Planet G, you know that song? Oh, that's the anthem down here. I was down at the Soul Bar, some big, big woman with almost a thong on, got up on the stage with James Brown, a round picture of James Brown on the wall. She did a handstand, hiked her feet up the wall, and graced everybody in the Soul Bar twerking her buns. I'm just like, oh, ick. I did not want to see that. Butt this big. Some people have no shame. Tweaking, no twerking. You're built for heat? Oh, I'm built for South Pacific breezes and ocean sounds and mangoes and coconuts and oh my gosh, what am I doing here? Greatest and you never know. The old thong creating that, yeah. Butt floss is what it is. Butt floss. I don't like twerking. It's distasteful to me. I'm not trying to be gross, but I don't like it when women have jello boobs and they go like this. I'm like, that's, come on. Gross. Mangoes and coconuts. I love mangoes. I love coconuts. Papaya. Oh, Erica, Texas is killer. The only reason we know is he bent over to unchalk his palate check. It might as well have been a necktie. Mr. Ewok, what are you talking about? You talking about your buddy down there? Oh yeah, Samuel. Career politicians, man. Who's been here the longest? Probably Mr. Ewok currently. That's present. You got mangoes down there falling. Why is a guy wearing a thong? Welcome back, she said it. Look, I wear feminine clothes, but you will never see me in a Speedo or a thong. Never. I do have some modesty. Of course. Greatest, it does seem that way. They lose their ethics real quick when they get in. They get used to that money. No, I don't even want to see a thong on a woman. Put on those cute lace panties and negligees. I can deal with that. I don't want to see you with butt floss. That's gross. What was he wearing a thong for? Was he GAY? Why not? Ha ha ha. Planet G, you better not be running around in a thong. Belfast will have you all over the front page. Yes, same here. They go straight from farm to supermarket. That's cool. Seat covers. Hey, that works, greatest. I don't know anybody that wants to look at men butt cheeks except gay men. I don't want to see a man's butt cheeks. And I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't want to see a lady's butt cheeks in public. Now, I'll be honest. I don't care if they don't have a bra on. I don't care if they're somewhat nipply out. But butts, no. That's too much. Hi, Christine. A little bit of this and that. Well, it depends. I'm not a bum guy. I never have been. I like a lady who's slender, nice legs. I'm not a woman with big old VW butts. I never have been. The guys out here, I work with men. They talk about big butts all day long. That's a turn on to them, not me. I'm not. I'm a waist on up guy myself. Well, thank you, Jim. And you've been apart for quite a while. VW butts. Yeah, the old beetle, the bug. Apple bottom jeans. Thank you, Paula. You got it. I like slender women, and I cannot lie. I have no other alibi. Don't have to worry about hip joints, knee joints, heart issues too. I don't have to worry about getting crushed when I go 90 poo. I like a petite woman that I can wrap myself around her and she feels secure. And when it's cold, I can feel her warmth right up against me. That's so sweet. No mail order bribes. No mail order bribes, Nate. Repeat after me. No mail order bribes. First gear into third, broom. You're funny, G. I'm waiting for somebody to say something. I'm trying to see if somebody's paying attention. Pocket watch. Oh my gosh, now that's funny. Can you imagine if the phone was smart enough? Your phone alerts you. That man you're talking to is not looking you in the eye. He's looking at your headlights. Prince of Peace. I think they're made in America. Let's see if I can hold it up and you can see it. I don't think the camera can focus on that. Doesn't show it. Hi, Anthony. How are you? That's scary, Erica. Ginger's good for upset stomach. Ginger's good for you anyway. No artificial flavors and colors and no corn syrup. Hi, Heather. Hi, Peter. I know a lot of people wear boxers. I'm guilty of wearing whitey tighties or Hanes or Fruit of the Loom, the different color, like the dark red, black, dark blue. I'm moving more away from white underwear because I don't separate colors and stuff. I wash a guy way. I put all the darks and whites in. I don't care if my underwear's a little gray. Nobody sees it. It's clean. So what? Eric, I've never heard of pickled ginger on sushi. Boxer briefs? I've never seen those. Nate, you're bad. I do not have skid marks in my drawers. I wipe properly. The wasabi. I think the problem I have with boxers is not being gross, ladies, but I just don't like my thing falling to the left or the right. I move very fast. Oh, I know, Nate. The only skid marks are what the trolls leave when they try to come in. Fallen, I am not a skid mark, dude. Got you, Anthony, and I'm certainly not trying to offend you or anybody. I was going after the attitudes of people who don't care and are bragging about it. Really? I didn't know that. Free balling, Angel, oh my gosh. Really, Erica? Hi, Kelly. We were just talking about you. You still up in Darwin? Oh, zippers. We don't like zippers. Speaking of the zipper, they had a fair in Montana the other day, and a wheel, one of the wheels that the zipper has a big long thing, and the cars move on a chain or a track around it. The cages spin, and then the whole thing moves. One of the tires flew off the ride, and people were watching this, and I'm like, time to shut it down. I do like some women's panties. I just can't. I need a woman to go with me to tell me what size. They're comfortable. And it's not because I'm being gay. They're more comfortable. Sometimes the whitey-tighties frame things too much, and I'm constantly readjusting things, and I don't like that. Heather, when I was a kid, I was living in Mammoth Lakes, California, mountain town, 2,500 people back, late 70s, early 80s. We had our first carnival. I'd never seen a zipper before, and I was fascinated. My ADD, the whole big bar goes around, and then the chain around it drives it, and the things spin. I spent all my money, my silver dollars, to go on that ride for 3 days. Now I wear sweatpants in the winter. Really, Samuel? I think that's between the couple involved. I know our society frowns on it, but when I was in Hong Kong, I was in what was I in 2012? Now I got to figure out my age. But I had a 29-year-old interested me over there. She's now in the U.S. I talk about her often, Mouse. She said, when you go back to the USA, nah, you need to date younger women. Stop dating a woman your age. Because I'd gone through a divorce and we were sitting there talking one night. And she says, you're young looking. You can date somebody younger. Would I date a 24-year-old? She'd better be exceptional. She'd better be a thinking woman and mature. And she'd have to be aware of the fact I'm going to age one day where it's going to be noticeable and there's going to be an obvious difference. I don't think it would work myself. Would I date a woman half my age? Yeah. But now marriage, that's another thing. No kids. I'm 60. Absolutely no. No. I'm not bringing up kids at 60. Gee, and I'm going to say something. I think a lot of guys that are half your age, they're immature. You're right, it wouldn't work. Mr. E-Rock, that cracks me up. But age is between the couple involved. Society will wag their tongues, and that's nobody's business. Women will say, oh, he's a cradle robber. Hey, she didn't put a gun to her head. If they fell for each other, leave it alone. Let them work it out. Same thing with race. It's none of your business if white dates a black or an Asian. It's nobody's business. I mean, can I be honest, ladies? Just saying, on a physical level, women would love a younger woman because they're still in their prime. But mentally, emotionally, spiritually, where they at? Where they at? What is OH? Nothing wrong with that, Fallen. That is just physical. Absolutely, Erica. Oh, other half. Thank you, ladies. Heather, how are you doing? Tina, the one that used to live here, she kids me all the time. She said, you're forgetting because you're old. I saw her this summer to pay the phone bill because she got me on her plan. The more lines you add, the cheaper it is. So my phone is $35. So I was going to pay her monthly payments, and she said, when I have the holidays, I'll just come and collect. So that works. You know, if I ever move, I'm going to get on my own plan. I've had my own plan, but she putting me and her mother on hers dropped the price for a phone and internet way down. So she came and her hair is all white. She's 6 years younger than me. And I ribbed her gently. I said, Tina, you got snow on the roof. She looked at me, she goes, I know. I said, you know why that happened? She goes, no. No, Kelly, I did not. Is that happening again, Kelly? I see your message now. So I said, well, you made fun of me that I'm getting older, and now it's coming back on you. Oh, I guess I better stop. And we both had a good laugh. She goes, Mike, you are amazing. You got all your red hair. Well, there's some stuff peeking through. It's been there. There's some white back under here. Day's going to come where it's just going to go. You did, Christine? Stress. Yes, fallen angel. Stress. But let's be honest, ladies. How many men have all their color at 60? That you know. No dye. She said, where... Oh, I've heard that. I don't have a hang-up about white hair. I have hang-ups in other ways. I do have to use the bathroom. I am, Erica. There's no doubt about it. I like being free from not using men's toothbrush to clean the toilet. Oh, Kelly, I want to hear it. I got to go to the bathroom. Hold on, Kelly. I've got to go. Every time I eat dinner, it pushes out lunch. Something like that. As the deer panteth for the water, so my soul longs after you. Kelly, I'm glad you're out having fun roaming around Australia. Sound like a seal? That's funny. But it sucks when you're going through that, Fallen. Oh, thank you, Erica. I've been blessed, but it's changing. I notice it here. Getting those wrinkles. My neck is aging. I'm self-conscious about it, but there's nothing I can do about it. All right, Kelly, let's hear it. Wisdom glitter. Now that's interesting way of looking at it. I'm not saggy, but I if you were here seeing me, I could, you'd see it. My boobs haven't sagged yet, though. They're still there. Wow, you know what? Our shop foreman showed up in a brand new Harley today. I was like, oh, wow. And it's a soft tail with a big fat. He said, you see my motorcycle? I said, yeah. I was like, really, dude? He's a big guy, too. I said, I wouldn't mind taking that for a cruise. Those Harleys are like $40,000 or more now. 40 grand. A motorcycle. Oh, they're awesome, but they are expensive. I think he got that for 18. Said it's got 700 miles on it. Oh, it's perfect, though. There's not a spot on it. Nice looking bike. Yes, greatest, I agree. Hey, Paul Green, how are you? Cheryl, thank you. I always need it. Is that Cheryl from Maine? Oh, yeah, cars are ridiculous. A Denali pickup now is 80 grand. That's crazy. A new car? Well, how have you, Cheryl? I haven't seen you in a while. I'm a truck guy. I would like a classic truck with an 8-foot bed that isn't highway robbery. Can't seem to find those anymore. They don't have to wear helmets, huh? Oh, Paul Green. No, not in Georgia. There's the thing about Augusta. Whatever's good will be snapped up. Marketplace is a place to buy a bunch of junk and get a lemon and get sea monkeys. It's bad. Yeah, it's ridiculous, the price of a vehicle now. No helmets in Pennsylvania. Wow. Right on, Fallen. Oh, thank you, Tina. Well, let's go to my room. I'm going to go to bed earlier tonight. I'm tired. This heat, the amount of work I did today, it does take its toll. I must confess. trash. Basketball shorts. Wow, it's crazy hot out there. I got up to 99 degrees today, 101 heat index, and it is still hot. It feels like Phoenix out there. Ridiculous. Ridiculous, folks. Hotness, hotness. All right, Tina. As I promised, thank you for reminding me. This is the necklace. And this is what it looks like on the back. "45 in South Alaska. Come on, Miguel. Bring me to Alaska." That would feel so good right now. That is not 5-year-old girl jewelry. And somebody said that. That is not. I've never seen a 5-year-old wear that. And you just joined 8 minutes ago. So you're suspect. Thank you, Planet G. I have a feeling where that came from. I have a feeling where that's come from. We won't say it in the room, but trash blowing in from another channel. Yep, I've driven school buses for years, Obama lover, and I've never had a kindergarten girl wear jewelry like that. Never. In fact, they don't wear jewelry at all. Maybe My Little Pony stuff. Tina Jones, let's do this. I don't email people. I guard my email because I've had it hacked a long time ago through my channel. If you get on Discord, we can do it that way. 77 Titanic 77. And I'm sorry to do that. I cannot risk my email with what's happened in the past. And I'm not suspicious of you. Nobody has it. Fallen, I thought they were going to fix it. Thank you, Tina. I thought they were going to fix it. Somebody hit you. I tell you, insurance companies sure play games with people. I bought this, but I can't wear it. It's way too low down on me. It's a sad. It's a dirty low down. It's nice. This is also paparazzi jewelry. 5-year-old jewelry. Somebody else said that. Wasn't that a Laura that said that? See, this is the problem with this. I don't do stuff that hangs that low. That's a problem. Yeah, it looks like I got boobs. But this is nice. I like this. Very cool. But it's too low. That's too low on me. I can't do that. It'll swing around way too much and the chain's too delicate. I like it. And the eyelet is too small that's welded to the butterfly. So I don't know how to remedy that. I might have wasted my money because I can't wear it. Where's it from? The flea market. I have no idea where it's from beyond that. It is. It's too long. I mean, yeah, I got to figure out how to do it, but the opening on the butterfly is too tiny. I can't do fragile chains. They snap. That's why for a long time I had this. I'm rough. I mean, I'm rough on stuff. I can't have delicate jewelry on. It just breaks. That's why I have this. This one cannot break. This will not break. Mr. Erock, I envy you. I have to wait for my year completion to get 5 vacation days and 5 sick days thrown in the till. And they don't let you accrue it. You like that, Erica? See, if I find the right woman, only she has permission to pull me around. She, come here, boy. I'm tired of messing with you. You come over here now. The problem is it's all the way down to my belly, and I don't like something. When I walk, I'm gonna tell you all, ladies, I don't try to bounce, but I am a piece of machinery. I describe myself like a diesel engine that doesn't shut off. I go all day. I mean, picture earth movers and bulldozers. I'm a guy, I put my blade down and I go, and the tank treads, and I just go. And when I move fast and I walk like a rough riding pickup. There's too much bounce to my walk. Yeah, that was probably somebody trash from the other channel. Speedy Gonzalez, yes. Meep, Road Runner. Wile E. Coyote sure wasted a lot of time. Meowie! I like that name. That's cute. You feel naked? Nudity has its place. Always remember that. So does my bed. So does my head. Wait a minute. It's that time again, folks. It's that time when Michael gets risque. When Michael shows the other side of his persona. What time is it, folks? It's red light time. Welcome to Michael's Red Light District, where we tell it all. Nothing is hidden. Nothing is secret. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Red Light District. There was one other person. Hey, Trista. Welcome, Trista, everybody. She's here. Welcome in. Yes, I'm off on the weekends. I'm off every day, but I'm physically off work for the weekends. Are you going to bed, Mr. E-Rock? Time for bed, kiddos. Oh my gosh, E-Rock, you're a mess. 1,000,000%, honestly, coming in. And thank you for that, Sammy. We got a good community here. Hi, Avita. Please take the time to welcome in Trista. Planet G and Danola stepped out. Planet G, Trista's here. And we want to welcome everybody. Oh, Planet G, I want to go to Ireland and I want to go to Belfast. It would give me shivers to stand in the slip where the Titanic was built. That would do something to me. I would have a moment there to be able to be where it started. Mr. E-Rock, thanks for coming in. Oh, I get what you're. Oh, Mystery Rock. Okay, wow, that went right over my head like a 747. 747, leaving from gate 11, and there's no turning around because it's just leaving the ground and getting higher, higher. Night in the city. Oh, oh, oh. Madness at midnight. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Paul. Oh, Oprah fan, I did not. You're out of the room. Out of the room, Oprah. Bye. You come in here lying, you're out. I did not make fun of a handicapped person. I was talking about obesity, and it just so happened when I took a bunch of pictures off the internet, I didn't notice that somebody was sitting in a wheelchair, and some of y'all said I was making fun of handicapped people. I was not. Not at all. Oh, what's going on? What is going on? Hold on. Hold on. I got to back up here. Yeah, Obama and Oprah lovers. Yeah, what is Grizzly asking? Whoa, here she comes. Watch out, boys. She'll chew you up. She's a man-eater. So how long is she going to be in the States, Fallen? Trista, we got Planet G's from Ireland. We've got Fallen, who's from the Outback. And we've got Samuel from the UK. She only come out at night. A mean and hungry tide. I love Hall & Oates. That was good stuff. Oh, I think of that, Sam, but sometimes, part of my manhood is to face these clowns and deal with them straight on. They were good, Trista. She's a rich girl. I had the album Mono y Mono, the cassette in the 80s when I was a kid. Love that. Kelly, I don't know why that's happening. Now, the messages aren't disappearing. Am I missing Kelly's messages? Is anybody seeing? You might be writing too much. I don't know if there's a limit on here. Absolutely, Trista. The 80s, 70s, 80s, and the early 90s were the best. My opinion. Shroom, you haven't asked a question. What are you asking? Man, I just have fun on my shorts. Did you see all the views on Sultans of Swing this morning? Love that. Okay, I see you now, Kelly. Kelly, you're going to have to get on Discord with this stuff. It's really hard to tell stories in here because the chat. My Discord is 77 Titanic 77. Send me a friend request. What is the purpose of cross-dressing? I don't know why people cross-dress. I don't cross-dress. I just wear what's comfortable for me. Is there any other questions you have, Shroom? Do you do mushrooms? You into drugs or what's going on there? Vinyls are coming back, man. They are greatest. Oh, I remember when I had a Kenwood Super 11 710 watt system. I missed that with the chaser lights. Hey, Shroom, how come you don't have a face picture? How come you don't have a face picture on here? Why do you got a grizzly bear? I mean, what's up with that? Oh, I like mushrooms, not as drugs. I like sauteed, marinated mushrooms are really good. And I have to admit, I like Golden Corral's mushrooms. Those are the best. I could eat a whole plate full of those stupid things. Hey, sometimes you just gotta. Elizabeth, I was not asking you if you did drugs. I was asking Shroom because he or she is fixated on something. Why do people fixate on a piece of fabric? I'm in Georgia. It's hot as HE double hockey sticks down here. I'm not going to wear a collared suit and tie and suffocate. I agree with that, Paul. Molly, that's cute. Hi, Pond. Pond is called Pond because a friend of hers saw her swimming naked in a lake and called her Pond. That's a true story. Pond, how are you? You know I have to say that every time you come in the room. Kells, well, I am not calling you Shiite head, Kelly. You're a nice woman. I would never call you that. Pond, I would not mind swimming naked. It has been a long time since I skinny dipped, and it would be so awesome. And I'm not being piggy. When you get older, you kind of throw your inhibition to the wind. I would love to go skinny dipping. Oh, Erica, that was fun. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-bum. Herb Albert was one of the best bands. There was nobody down that aisle. There was somebody, and that's why I'm looking around nervous. I'm like, man, they see me, they're going to get all weird in here. Yes, Kelly, I can see you. Did you hear me? Stories, take them to Discord. Absolutely, Trista. I'm not being crude here. Yes, I'm a Christian, but if I had a girlfriend, she and I were walking on a trail in the woods, I'd say, take off your shirt, I'll take off mine, let's hold hands and go for a walk in the shade. I would have no problem with that. What if other people saw? So? It's not like they're not watching stuff at home that they shouldn't be watching. Now, where there's kids, no. Where there's children, no. Pond is a wild girl. Pond is funny. She is funny. Right on, Trista. Like nature intended. I believe in free the nipple. I do. There's a time and a place. Going streaking in parks where there's kids is not a good idea. People do that, they deserve to get a free ride in a patrol car. Giasso. Well, greatest, then I get you. You're technically right. You're technically right. I'm a little more bodacious, shall we say. Trista, how's the weather up in Michigan today? It was 101 heat index down here in Augusta today. I just went out to take out the trash at 7:39. It is hot out there. The hottest part of the day here is 5 o'clock. When I lived in Duluth, Minnesota, you streaked? Oh, Avita, that's awesome. That's awesome. Where and when did you streak? Yes, I didn't know who she was. We were talking about that earlier, Mr. E-Rock, and 36 years old. What the heck? 83, girl, I'll trade you. Oh, it's humid here, Trista. I work in a warehouse with no AC, and it's sweltering. My house is air conditioned, thank you, God. Planet, you finally saw Trista. I was wondering if there was a delay. She was found in Greenville. No crap. Trista, are you on the Great Lakes? I mean, Michigan's surrounded by, let's see, Michigan, Huron. Oh, let me figure this out. Michigan and Huron. Right? I miss Lake Superior, Trista. I lived in Duluth, Minnesota, and I loved it. Hi, still, Derek. How are you? Fort Worth. And that heat in Texas is just belligerently awful. Not long. That's funny, Fallen. Man, I was just talking to somebody. Jillian was eating Nutella. I dated a Korean gal in Denver years ago. She would eat it right out of the jar. I said, Sharon, you addicted to that? She go, yeah. Yeah, Upper Peninsula's got Superior. I'm thinking of the glove part of the state. You got Michigan on the left. Does Lake Erie bump up against Michigan? I know Huron does. Let me look at my atlas. That's so stupid. You think I know that I lived on the Great Lakes? That's a crossword puzzle question in every crossword I've ever done. They'll have the clue. Part of Holmes. Holmes is an acronym for the Great Lakes. Huron? Oh, it is. Okay. Michigan. Okay, Michigan has Erie, Huron, Superior, and Lake Michigan. The only one they don't have is Ontario, but Holmes stands for Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, Superior. Saginaw, Michigan. I've been right up through the glove on Highway 79 or 75, interstate, Did not go to the Sault Ste. Marie. Been to Marquette. Been through Ironwood. I used to take school bus trips into Wisconsin from Duluth with the girls' basketball all the time. Superior Senior High. Trista, I envy you. I love the Great Lakes. I love Gordon Lightfoot. He's one of my favorite singers. Died a couple years ago. He immortalized the tragedy of the Edmund Fitzgerald disaster in 1975. Ricky, oh, you're even hotter than me. Mackinac. I went over the Straits of Mackinac Bridge. And there's the Grand Hotel down on Mackinac Island. I've never been there. It's horse-drawn carriage. Very expensive to stay there. Texas on plane from LAX. You got me. When I flew from Manila, when I saw Gloria in 2018, from Honolulu to Denver, it was 7 hours. So I don't know what it is from Denver to Texas is nothing. But LA to Dallas, or, I'm not sure what it is. I was born and raised in Los Angeles. No cars. Have you been there, Trista? Hi, Colette. How are you? You have a friend that lives on that island? Really? Small world. Did you stay at the hotel, Trista? That is awesome. I've been up on Porcupine Mountain State Park, up on the south shore of Lake Superior in the summer. I had a roommate in Arizona. He grew up in Traverse City. And he went on and on. And when I moved to Duluth, he said, wow, you living in Duluth. I'm going to come up. I'm going to rent a 4x4. He rented an OJ Bronco. I was dating Caroline. Caroline, my friend Bob, all of us went up there to the UP, and what beautiful country. South Shore of Lake Superior, there's nobody up there. South Shore of Lake Superior had white sand and turquoise water. I'm like, this place is like a resort island. There's nobody up there. Nobody. That's awesome, Trista. I envy you. Oh, I drove that bridge in the dead of winter of the 26-foot Ryder truck. It was foggy and snowing, so I couldn't really see down. That was a heck of a bridge, though. Thought of sardines makes me nauseous. Yeah, these cats hang out in my backyard. I've got a bunch of sardines that I haven't eaten and I stocked up on dinner. I'm not a fan of sardines. They stink. I might open them up and leave them back there for the cats. So you've been to Canada. I've only been to Fort Frances on the International Falls, Minnesota side. You know what, Fallen? That is the damn truth. When I was in Hong Kong and lived there, Aussies told me that most Aussies don't go to college. They'll go put on a backpack and go see the world for 2 years. I agree with you. Less Americans compared to Australians actually have a passport percentile-wise. I don't know. The cats might get used to that and they'll all start meow. You didn't know a rat means stop? Did you run a stop sign, Iraq? I mean, it should be the red octagon. That's kind of universal. Greatest, some people are saying possible drugs, cardiac arrest. Ah, I wouldn't mind going back, Tristan, having the Chevelle or the Nova SS from the late 60s, early 70s. That had the 454 in it. Oh, these kids think they got cars today. Give me a break. It was a car, absolutely. The Chevelle, the Nova, the PTO or the PTO, the GTO Judge, the Charger, the Cuda. Oh man. Those GTOs are worth some money now. The Tiger in your tank, yeah, they're worth some money. That's nice. Down here in Georgia, because of the humidity and stuff, even a lot of the classics have rust down here. Four on the floor. Yeah. Look, I can handle the Georgia heat. I can handle yours. I don't think you get the humidity we do in Georgia, do you? I have a 99 F-150, Trista. I hate it. I had a 95 square body with a maroon red and a 302. Love that truck. But she was old. I was in the salt country with Minnesota. And in Washington, used cinders. Then I moved to Colorado. I made it all the way to Georgia. But the brake lines gave way. And I wasn't going to pay to add more money because it was starting to get cancer underneath pretty bad. It was a nice looking truck, too. You know what? I don't like the heat. I'll deal with it. I went to the Philippines and it's hot. I was in the Philippines for 2 weeks. Then 2018, when I stayed with Gloria and her family, and it was hot. But I did just fine. They had no AC in the house. 121. I might be sitting by your air conditioner falling. What truck is it, Trista? All right, everybody, you know what time it is? It's time to talk about the ugliest cars ever made. All right, I'm going to give the first one. You guys go. The AMC Gremlin. Let's go. Toyota 4Runners, they make a good product. They make a good product. Beetlebug, you think it was ugly? All right, what else? It was the ugliest car. The Pacer, yep. The Gremlin and the Pacer were part of the family of 3 cars that AMC made. The Pacer looked like a fishbowl on wheels. The Ford Pinto, gas tank in the rear. Blew up real good when you hit it. PT Cruiser, yep. Yeah, I like the Pinto sort of too. Oh, the Cybertruck is disgusting. Sorry, Elon Musk. No thanks. That Fiat Panda. The Fiat Panda. What is the Fiat Panda? Ford Capri. Yep, junk. The Fiat Panda. That just sounds terrible. Oh, the Prius. Prius sucks. Cybertruck sucks. Pinto. Fallen, you've never heard of a Pinto? One night I'm going to post pictures on here of the ugly American cars. French pile of puke. It's awful. Now, the old Mini Coopers were cool. When I lived in Hong Kong, they had a Mini Cooper show of the old ones that were steel with the rally and the racing stuff on them. Those were cool. The Nissan Micra, we don't have that here. We got Nissans. Pile of puke. I like that. G-Wagon? I've never heard of a G-Wagon. The Edsel was a 50s Chevy Edsel, was nasty looking. Anybody ever remember Family Matters with Steve Urkel? Oh yeah, the Nissan Cube and the Scion, they look like toasters. They call them toaster cars here. The Aries K car. Oh my gosh, I remember those. With the fake wood grain, yeah. Mercedes made the G-Wagon, really? Russia have Ladas too. Is Renault around at all? Does that even exist anymore? My mom had one. That's funny. The El Camino. They've still got some around here in mint condition. They still got the El Caminos. Couldn't decide if it was a car or a truck. Alliance. Remember when they came out with the Cadillac with the back end? Looked like it had been smashed. That was ugly. The Geo Metro was a throwaway car. Remember the Ford Justy? The Justy and the Yugo. No, that wasn't Ford. The Justy and the Yugo. Yeah, some El Caminos can be done right. They look good now, but when we first came out, people were like, no. The VW Rabbit. Oh, my Asian neighbor Mammoth had a turquoise VW Rabbit. I had the Ford Ranchero briefly, Paul Green. That had the 302 in it, and it had some good sound. Problem is, they rusted like Swiss cheese. The Yugo. If anybody in here likes a Prius, you must leave my chat immediately. I hate the Prius. Snoop Dogg video. Oh, Planet. You know, the black guys traditionally like the big comfortable cars. They like the Chevy Caprice, the Crown Vics. They bought up all the Crown Vics. And I'm going to be honest, I don't like it because I don't like that they're not making the big cars anymore. They don't make the big cars anymore. The Caprice is done. The Crown Victorias are done. The cops are now buying the Chargers. Yeah, Prius, the name sucks. Stupid. I don't want no electric car. When we had Hurricane Helene, if everybody had been on electric, nobody would have been able to move anywhere. Crazy. You know, the Petrie Cruiser was interesting at first, but it got old. Cadillac. You know, Cadillac was overrated. Now, when I lived with my black friend in Apple Valley, when I moved out here and rented from her a room in her house for 3 months, her uncle had a 80 or 90 square body Cadillac, and it looked good. Now, I would have driven that car. I like the old Chrysler New Yorkers with the big old hood, the big old trunk. I'd like to get the fuzzy dice. And when I was living in Denver, man, I had a big black friend from Mississippi, and I told her, I need to get a big old black Chrysler New Yorker with the hubcaps, the fuzzy dice. You, Laretha, and all of us, we'll drive all the way to New York City. We'll roll through Detroit. We'll go all across America. We'll put a signal on the back. Be the change you want to see in the world. And she laughed. She goes, Mike, you a mess, but I would do it. I would so do it. Hey, when I had my Deuce and half last year, I told everybody that thing's EMP proof. No spark plugs. It runs on compression. That big giant 6-cylinder diesel engine, I do miss that truck. That was a truck. Disney Princess, that's funny. Hi, Kavan, how are you? Yeah, but the Delta 88s were nice rides. They were comfortable. One thing I liked about those big old cars, they rode like a waterbed. They just were awesome. My grandmother had a Maverick. We had a Plymouth Duster, and my dad did not like cool cars. The Duster was cool. It had black and white checkered seats, and it was black exterior. Not that one, not the one I owned before that. Oh, Winnebago. Now, look, when I was a kid, these things were all over America. These were iconic. This is the original Winnebago. These were everywhere in the 70s and 80s. These things were classic. These were for the first motorhomes. They were made out of Iowa. The engine was up in the front, side door. Yeah. Let me tell you, man, I don't want to be in these cars the way people are driving today. They're too small. Oh, those were Airstreamers. Those things were awesome. Airstreamers are worth a lot of money. This is what I want. I'm going to turn on the light. Because if I could have anything, I'm not going to pay $80,000 for a Denali. That's stupid. I could spend $25,000 and buy a restored 60 Chevy pickup. And it would be this right here. I'd want a 350 V8, straight pipes out the back. I'd want a deep, deep wine maroon red with the black stripe down it. And I'd probably do chrome rims and all the chrome bumpers and everything. Fallen, you have these down there? You still have the old Chevys? You know what I liked about this truck? Is they had smart design. They had the dent and the crease all the way around the truck. These new trucks today look stupid. They're ugly. This is a 79 Ford. This is another classic. I would take one of these for sure. Absolutely, Trista. Absolutely. This was a nice truck. This would be a good platform truck. If I could find one in this good a shape, oh my gosh, you could do a lot with this. I love these things. And these were all around when I was in high school. You could buy these things for $1,000. Now, somebody wants $8,000 and the whole thing Swiss cheese. It doesn't run and they want a fortune for it. And it's crap. Yeah. That was classic. Yes, you got those Fallen. I didn't know they had them down there in Aussie. Now, E-Rock, come on. You came to visit me. You got a nice ride. It's black. You got some nice tires and rims. When you drove me up to Clown's house to buy that waste of a time truck, that had a nice throaty sound. I mean, if you deposited that out my driveway as a gift, yeah, I'd be beaming from ear to ear, and I'd be going to work going, Mike, is that yours? Yeah, it's mine. I like your truck, E-Rock. Won't lie. I found this at the flea market when I first moved out here. They don't make them like this anymore, but this is an old UPS van. Very cool. They only wanted $15 for it. I snapped it up. This is the old school UPS trucks. That's cute, greatest. I'm short. I have trouble getting into a truck. Well, if your husband, he can just lift you up. Hey, Trista, I like ocean liner, so, I thought I'd buy me a cruise ship. And I used to be a bus driver. These were the classic scenic cruiser Greyhounds. This is actually Texaco company had a bigwig bus. But you remember the old scenic cruiser Greyhounds? Those were cool. A 45,000 stereo. Good night. And that's what they do down here. They pay more for the stereo and the rims in the car. And all they do is drive through town making a bunch of dang racket. So stupid. I never understood that. I remember riding on these when I was a kid. My mom would send me from Mammoth to LA to spend the summer with my grandma. The old Greyhound buses. Bathtub toy, yes. They put some ice cubes in there and hit an iceberg. Trista, I'm glad you came. I told you to have fun in here. We got great people. Oh, I couldn't find my toy man the other day that I was going to do a demonstration with. I forgot I threw him in the bus. I drove school buses for 20 years. This was the last style of bus I drove. The pusher with the engine in the back. I had the Bluebirds with the engine in the doghouse in the front. These seat about 80 kids. Greyhounds, yeah. Oh, really? Elizabeth, that's cool. Hi, Carol. You made it back home to Maine? Wow, Carol. No, you're way up in Maine. I'll bet you it's cooler up there. This is one of those friction buses. Pull it back and it zooms. Kids break them in 5 minutes. Oh yeah, we have fun. When I went to the Philippines and saw Gloria, the friend I had on Facebook. All right, what did I do with it? There it is. I love the jeepneys. I'm fascinated with riding the jeepneys. And these are cool. This was public transportation down there, so I bought me a toy. They're going to get rid of them. I really wish I could get my hands on one. A little bit longer than this. I would have a jeepney. I would drive it around down here. People would be like, what the heck is that? It's a Philippine bus. You know what, Trista? I knew a guy in Spokane when I lived there. He's an antique dealer. He bought an old 6-cylinder Curbmaster Chevy potato chip truck for his antiques. He said, Mike, this 6-cylinder, not the same engine they had in the Chevy trucks. He said, it gets good gas mileage. I said, I would drive one of those. When I need to move, I just throw all my furniture in it and go. I mean, it's just a big shell. It's not comfort. It's got that seat on a post and, but it works. It totally works. You guys are going to laugh. If I go on a date with any of you girls, what would you do if I pulled up in this? Oh my gosh, Mike's here. Big old dump truck. Yep. I rode the tram in Hong Kong. They had the old electric double-decker tram when I lived in Hong Kong. Love that thing. That's sad, greatest. Kids, that's neat when kids care about stuff. Tristan, I'm the same way. Tristan, the new trucks with the backup cameras and all the heated seats, no. I had a Deuce and a half last year. It's a big military truck with 6 wheels. And that thing was bad ASS. When I drove out of my driveway, everybody was looking. Oh my gosh, they're like, somebody in the neighborhood come up and he said, man, I thought I had the bad truck. Now I'm jealous. I said, yeah, this puts an end to the argument of Chevy, Dodge, and Ford. This thing doesn't even compete. Oh, the fenders are up here. I love that truck. All right, Trista, thanks for coming in. You have a good evening. I'm actually going to hit it and go to bed. Thanks for joining us. You're welcome anytime. If I had a couch or bed in the back, a couch, man, you could fit a whole living room ensemble back here, girl. Man, you could put the living room, the kitchen, and the bathroom back here. This is a mining dump truck. I have climbed up into one of these. Do you know how high this thing is? I'll give you a comparison. How about this? How about this? How about right here? These things can run over anything. And these are automatics. They're huge. When I lived up in Minnesota, I lived in a mining town. Evelyn, when you come into town, they had my truck, my style of Ford, in front of one of the mines, the entrances to the pit mine. Oh yeah, icon. I love toy metal trucks. The F-150 was smashed flatter than a pancake. And they had a sign out front how many accidents they had that year at the mine. One of the supervisors parked the F-150 back here somewhere. This thing backed up and just like a pop can. Didn't even feel it. Driver can't see it, even with the mirrors, cannot see what's back here. So now they have a big whip antenna on them, like the children bikes with the big orange flag. You got to stay away from these things, man. All right. Thank you, Samuel. Now, I don't always get back to everybody. I've tried to limit it because sometimes it gets too crazy. Now, I want to show you guys something. I want to show you a classic Tonka, Paul. I paid a little bit of money for this at the flea market a year ago, but I wanted to have one because it was mint. The Mighty Tonka series was my favorite. That's 1960s. That is a perfect condition clamshell crane dump, or everything is good. No damage, no dents, no rust. If you go to my shorts way back, I've got this, and I have, instead of music, I have the diesel engine running. It's very cool. This was by Matchbox. I didn't know that in England They made bigger versions of Matchbox. This thing is giant. We didn't have these in the US. This is from the UK. Got an old Tonka there, got an old Structo. Got a remake of a pickle truck. That is Hobby Lobby. This is a school bus that a kid here made in a shop class. It's very cool. Ladies, anybody want to be in my prison? No, I don't have a prison. I bought these at the flea market. These are huge jailer's keys. It's fun. Yes, it does. And the thread and the spool and everything work. Everything works. It is fun. All right, folks. Antique jail keys. Folks, I got to call it a night. It's been fun. We had an enjoyable chat. A couple little speed bumps needed to be kicked out of the room, but we did good. Absolutely. Well, Paul, I paid $75 for the crane. I would love to have the whole Super or the Mighty Tonka collection. This is a Remco. Everybody copied each other back then. This was Remco. This has got surface rust. This was played with. The windshield's all faded yellow plastic. This was a played with toy, but it's in dang good shape for being out in the yard. But they don't make stuff like this. Nothing steel anymore. Kids aren't playing with trucks anymore. Oh, you saw my trolls in there? Tonka, in fact, Tonka had a Winnebago. They had the huge, mighty Tonka Winnebago. The roof opened up and the girls could put their dollies in there. We boys would sit on the roof and ride them down the driveway. In fact, we used to take the mighty Tonka dump trucks and stuff our butt cheeks in them and fly down the driveway right out in the street and almost get hit by a car. Stupid. Yeah, exactly. I love trolls. Planet G, that's awesome. Planet G, that's funny. I know, isn't that sad, Icon? I agree, greatest. Big wheels. We didn't wear helmets on bikes. We were proud of our scars and our road rash. We go to school. What happened to your arm? I endoed it on my bike. Oh, that's cool. We were like Beavis and Butthead back then. You got hurt? That's awesome. Reindeer trolls. Thank you, Interceptor. And they cry about the phone. Can't do nothing. We had hula hoops. We had squirt pistols. We had slip and slide. It's a wonder we didn't break our neck back then. We had lava lamps, ant farm, don't break the ice, magic rocks. And well, this was when we got traumatized as children. It was the first scam to ever show up in our world as kids. And I still want to know why we don't have the class. I don't know why I put that. But we were lied to. We were traumatized, us Gen Xers. That did not look like that at all. Sea monkeys! Flat side of my big... Really? A shout, buddy, is don't put it about on here. What are you talking about? Planet G, what are you talking about? A real Tonka truck, still. What am I going to do with a bunch of pink lady, I don't know what those things are, in a fishbowl? I'd feel weird. They're looking at me grinning as I'm changing into my underpants. I'd be like, that's got to go. That's creepy. The sea monkeys are perving on me. Now you got to clear that with her. You've got to clear that with her, Paul, because, yeah. I had a Raleigh mountain bike in high school, and that was it was a heavy bike. It wasn't no titanium. That was a solid bicycle. It had the Raleigh symbol. That was a beautiful bike. And it was a nice deep red. I don't have Paul in my Discord, Planet G. I don't know if anybody heard me this morning, and this is bad to say. I don't video call men. I get the heebie-jeebies about that. So I generally don't. There's not very many men in there at all. Mob was in there. E-Rock was in there. Nate. But I don't video call them. They don't. You go to Walmart and buy a bike and it's wrecked in a week. Raleigh was out of England, wasn't it, Samuel? Wow, sheepish. Yeah, Raleigh was quality bicycle. They were quality. All right, folks, I got to cut out. You guys have a good evening. Beach cruisers were awesome. All right, you guys, have a good one. Everybody have a good evening. Thank you for coming in. Be safe. Sleep well. Those of you that are waking on the other side of the world, have a good day. Stay cool. Heather, if I come to Australia, I need to go when it's your winter. 120? Woo. All right, folks. Till next time. Take care.